action figure review. Today's review I shall be looking at the just released Revenge of the Cybermen collector's set, which gives us the only 70s Cybermen from the show's history. And in the set you have basically the same figure 3 times, repainted to be the Cyber Leader, and a Cybermat accessory as well. Now, these figures being all the same, I'll just look at one for now. Just put this back. The articulation is the general articulation as we see on most figures. The heads do have some articulation, but if you do turn it too much, the head will pop off like that. But the heads didn't turn in the show anyway. The arms at the shoulders can do a 360. The pads at the top don't hinder the articulation there. They do have bicep articulation, but the pipes do stop this slightly, so you can't really twist it all the way around without breaking the pipes. They have elbow articulation, 360-degree articulation at the wrists. They also have waist articulation, but this can be a bit stiff. As you can hear there, it just clicked. And that can do 360s as well. Articulation at the hips, so it goes back and forth, out to the sides. And there's no thigh articulation, but you do have some ankle articulation for the feet. So it is really pretty bog standard for this figure. The detail of the figure is excellent. They've done a really good job of recreating the look of these Cybermen, which are my personal favourite. Probably because it's the first sort of Cyberman design that I ever saw from my childhood. And they've done a really good job. I mean, the pipes are the same sort of pipes as seen on the Tomb Cybermen figures. And the head is obviously a brand new sculpt compared to the Invasion Cyberman, despite having the major similarities. The chest unit is very good as well. Again, like with the Tomb Cybermen, you have the bottom piece and then the bit that clicks over the top, which has the sort of perspex over it. For some reason they've painted this a solid black. It's actually more of a dark metallic silver, but overall it still looks really, really good. And it does include the flares as well. So overall, it's a very nice figure, which they then repainted with the black head to make the Cyber Leader. And I was very pleased to see that they did keep the backplate black, because I have seen a few customs where people have mistakenly left that silver, which isn't the case, as you can see. All of the back of the head should be black, even down to where the backplate connects. And much like the Invasion Cybermen, you may not be able to see it so well on the Cyber Leader, they have kept in such smaller details as the screw at the back of the helmet, and you can see the deeper groove, which is where the plate ends. And much like the Invasion Cybermen and other Cybermen figures, the detail is so good that you can even see the grating used in the eyes. Now, as you can see on my Cyber Leader, unfortunately, the black paint hasn't been applied all the way to the edge, but that's just a very minor problem that can be very quickly sorted with a small paintbrush. There have been a few stories of the quality control on these Cybermen being a bit dodgy. Mainly things like Cybermen having lots of scratches on the faces. Mine does have a few. The Cyber Leader has a little bit, and one of the Cybermen here has a few scratches on his neck, and you can just sort of see like a hair or something that's been painted onto the face, but it's nothing too bad. But there have been reports of chunks missing out of the faces, heads looking as if they've been melted almost, and some problems with the pipes not being glued on properly. So I mean, I would recommend you probably going out and actually going in store to get these figures, just in case that does happen. I was quite lucky that when these came in the post, they were all in very good condition. One thing that I want to point out, because of the articulation, the Cyber Leader can't really put his hands on his hips like he did in the show. This set also comes with an accessory, which is a cyber mat. Now, on the box it says it's posable. It isn't, it's just a solid piece of plastic. But it's very nicely detailed, and even to the point where you can see they've kept the little red light for the mouth of the Cybermat, and even all this under the bottom, all the ridges and the opening where all the circuits are, which the Doctor pours the gold dust into, have all been sculpted and painted really, really nicely. So, not a bad accessory, but you would hope that for the price, for £30, you're basically getting the same figure 3 times. You would have it would have been nice if they'd have done something like either given them one of the cyber bombs, which they mention on the packaging, or the little box thing that the Cyber Leader has, and then the Cybermen take it down to Voga, which is, measuring the progress of the Doctor and the crew of Nova Beacon. So, kind of a shame that they didn't do that, but, overall, the set is really, really nice. And just to show you the evolution, I suppose, of the Cybermen, here is the 60s and 70s counterpart together. Swap those around. So it actually is quite different, because a lot of people, sometimes people don't see how different they can be. But actually, you can see that the Revenge Cyberman is a lot bigger, a lot chunkier, and I think that's probably why I like these so much. They have more of a presence to them than these Invasion Cybermen. So overall, I would suggest trying to get this set. Like I said, it's £30. It's exclusive to Forbidden Planet. And despite the lack of accessories, it is a really good set. The set is really, really nice, and it looks great with the rest of the Cybermen released so far. So basically all we're waiting for now is for the Wheel in Space version, and we will have had all the main variations of the Cybermen over the last 47 years. So thank you for watching this review, guys. My next review will be the just announced Peri and Syl 2-pack, which is exciting because it's the first companion, not counting K9, so it's the first companion and the first 80s monster that isn't a Dalek or a Cyberman. So that's kind of cool as well. So thanks for watching this review, guys, and I shall see you in that next review.